Hi guys, Arindam here, and in this video I will show you how I'm going to complete the Dinopethecus King boss fight solo on Gamma difficulty on Lost Island. First of all, to actually start the boss fight, you need each of these items. So you need the artifacts of the Cunning, Hunter, Pack and Skylord, and I have made artifact videos previously for each of the 4 artifacts. You also need the following tribute items. Now, what about the army? So, I'm going to be taking 6 TekRexes and 1 Deinonychus. You might have already seen them in my Crystal Isles and Valguero boss fights. So let me show you the stats of my dinos. So here is my Deinonychus, and all of the TekRexes have the exact same stats. They all have armor saddles between 100 and 124, which is the official limit. And these guys mostly have mutations on damage, even though they are average. If you have seen my... Okay, before I start the boss fight, let me give you a couple of tips. So I have done this boss fight twice already, and I felt it was very easy. Based on what I observed, there are a couple of tips I'm going to give you. First of all, I am not taking any UT runners, because if I am doing this solo, I can either mount my UT or I can mount my Deinonychus. I cannot do both, and I cannot actually rely on my Deinonychus to autonomously do damage, because if I am not riding it, the Dinopethecus King will do sufficient damage to kill it. So I am not taking a UT runners. Also, you will notice that I am not taking my 2 other Deinonychus. It will be just only one, and this one is the one that I am going to actually ride myself. This is to ensure that the limited health pool my Deinonychus have will actually last the entire boss fight. The Rexes are supposed to act both as meat shields, as distractions for all the Dinopithecus, Amargasaurus, etc., and also to do bonus damage to the boss. But it's mostly my Deinonychus that is going to do the damage. Unlike the boss fights that I have done previously on Crystal Isles and Valguero, this boss fight is a lot more difficult, because in this case I cannot use the fact that my Rex is much larger than my Dino, and so all of the creatures are going to aggro to my Rexes, leaving my Deinonychus to basically be ignored, and the Deinonychus will just damage the boss without any problems. That trick that I employed on Valguero is not going to work in this boss fight. The minions that the boss have do sufficient damage, and they also throw grenades which can even dismount me from my tame and even damage me even if I am riding it. So I need the Rexes, and well, the Rexes are much more important in this boss fight to my Deinonychus than maybe in the boss fights on Valguero and Crystal Isles. So let us begin. You will note that I am also taking some medical brews, because just in case if I get damaged if I am riding my mount, and if I get dismounted, I will still have enough brews to heal myself up. I need some way to awaken the Dinopithecus. For that I am taking an Ascendant Crossbow. Now this boss fight, this particular boss is significantly harder than any boss previously found on Ark, including the dragon, because it combines lot of the various features that other bosses have, including bleed and the ability to dismount. Right, so all of my dinos have harvesting settings disabled, by the way. This is to ensure they do not get encumbered, and all of them are going to be following me. Another thing to note, especially for players on console, is you should set the quality of your shadows to as minimum as possible, because I have found out that there is a lot of vegetation in this particular boss fight in the arena, and the shadow quality is going to reduce the FPS significantly. For example, my 36 FPS on high shadows will become around 10 or 12 if I set it to epic. There are a couple of videos that will mention that you can actually lure the Dinopethecus King to one of these caves, and that should allow you to consistently attack it without it jumping over and flying off. but I'm not going to be using that strategy. I'm going to be attacking it head on. I mean, it's Gamma, so I can take the risk. Now I'm going to set all of these guys to neutral. Okay. Finally it has awakened, and as you can see, my Deinonychus is actually doing a lot of damage. You have to be careful about the attack in which it jumps and falls over you. That attack can actually dismount you. Also, you need to be careful about its grenades, because that thing can also dismount you and damage you even if on your mount. As you can see, a Deinonychus having a small drag weight is getting ignored by the different Dinopethecus and Amargasaurs that are being acting as minions. They're all aggroing onto my Rexes, which means I can... This is the attack that you have to be careful about. That's why the moment it attacked me, I was... my finger was on the medical blue button. And it's over. 80 element, a trophy and a flag. Okay. Nice. Can I take a screenshot? Oh, this is nice. I can actually do this. This is a very nice screenshot. Though I have no idea what it is attacking. Let's check the health of our Rexes. Okay, so it is attacking that spike basically. Alright, this was a very simple boss fight. Quite contrary to what I am used to thinking. Most of my Rexes, they lost, I'm guessing, around 7 to 8,000 HP with Ascendant Saddles. This one lost around 12. And my Deinonychus lost around 3. If I were to be using other Deinonychus, these guys would have been at very low health, because without a rider they would not get any control. And when here is the reward, let me show you again. So this and this, and that's how you complete the gamma boss fight. It was pretty easy. I hope I'm going to get a bit more challenge on beta and alpha. But for the next video, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to complete the rest of the artifacts, more specifically the artifacts needed for the beta boss. But that's it for a different video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.